Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Caitlin Marie. So what I'm doing today, basically what you always know I'm going to do, is everything that I watched in December. So it's just my monthly recap. So social media is right here. And let's just get started. There's like 34 movies, so I'm going to try and go fast like I did it last month. But I don't know how we're going to do this. So I watched Forever Purge, Christmas Carol. Basically, it's just Christmas Carol, but like Worry. Gave that a 9.5 out of 10. Then I watched the Santa Claus. It's on Disney Plus. I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched The Woman. I don't remember what I watched this on. But it's very, if you cannot deal with SA or animal abuse, I do not advise you to watch this, or domestic abuse. Basically, it is about this man, and he finds this woman out in the wild, and he wants to tame her, so he locks her up in the basement. He basically will try and make her more humane, and it's really horrible. The ending is like something else. It was pretty interesting. It was really disturbing. Like some of the words I had to like look away, and like the teacher made me mad that the one that the girl had, but it was pretty interesting. I don't remember where I watched it, but it is on streaming service, and I gave that a 6.5 out of 10. And then I watched Single All the Way. That is on Netflix. Basically, it's about this guy, and he had a boyfriend, but he found out that his boyfriend cheated on him, and every time he goes home for Christmas, he's single. So then he had his friend kind of pretend to be his boyfriend, but like, that didn't really work out. So then his mom sent him up on a date, and then he was like on the date with the guy, but then like also with the best friend, and like they've been wanting like the best friend like and him to get together. I think it was pretty interesting. They did the night before, not the night before Christmas, but like the whole like with Mary and Joseph and how they went to the manger place and basically had you just, I don't like how they did that because it was just, I don't know, it's just the way they portrayed it I didn't like. But I thought it was pretty interesting. I gave that a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge, aka Tim Curry. That is on Disney Plus, and that was a 6 out of 10. And then I watched The Princess Switch. Basically, it's kind of like the ones like a twins, whatever, and you switch pretend someone else. But this one's on Netflix, and one's a princess and one's a baker, and they find it exactly the same. And then one was going to become the princess or the queen or something, and she's trying to get to know her people, and then she switched places with the baker. So I thought it was pretty interesting. A nice take on the whole cliche, but that was 9 out of 10. And I watched Final Destination 3. We watched it. Again, I loved it. 9 out of 10. Then I watched the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Okay. I wrote this wrong because I watched the Santa Claus 2. Second one, because I watched all three of them. But I watched Santa Claus 3. That was 9.5 out of 10. That was on Disney Plus. And then I watched Fear Street Part 3, 1666. That is on Netflix, and I get that 9.5 out of 10. And then I watched Animal Farm 1999. That I think is on Amazon for free. Basically, I don't know if you guys have read the book. My sister read it because she's in 9th grade, and she told me to watch it. Basically, it's about these animals, and they take over a farm from these humans. It's pretty interesting. They kill off some animals, so, you know, makes me sad. I've cried like twice in it, but it was a pretty interesting movie. It was kind of funny with the pigs being drunk because like the pigs, they took over the farm and they were like jerks, but it was pretty interesting. I give that 7.5 out of 10. And then I rewatched Final Destination. Oh, Final Destination 3, 4, and 5 are all on Netflix right now. The first and second one are not on Netflix. But Final Destination, I gave it 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched Princess Switch, switched again. So basically what happens is the king, so the princess in the first one had to like marry the king, and they were gonna like do like rule like both kingdoms, but she ended up not marrying him, spoiler alert. And then what happens in the second one is that in her original town the king dies, so she's like the next heir to the throne, so she's learning that. But like her and the baker guy kind of break up, so they want to rekindle the love, and they switch. And there's a third one, Doppelganger, Fiona. She's really annoying in this one, but honestly I love them all being switched. And I also love Vanessa Hudgens blonde, like really interesting. But Barbie Fairytopia, 10 out of 10. Then I watched Christmas Horror Story. This one's on Shudder or Prime Video. I did get Shudder again because there were a whole bunch of Christmas movies, like horror movies I wanted to watch, and yeah. But basically, it has like Krampus and what's the word? Anthology. So it has like 4 different stories or whatnot, but it has like Krampus and stuff, like Krampus versus Santa, which is kind of why I watched it. But then one of the stories is the one mother and father went to cut down a tree, and then a changeling took over their son. Another one is kids went to a school to find out about the murder that happened a year ago. And then there was another one with Krampus. So I think it's interesting. I like how at the end it kind of all like ties them together, and I like the way they end it all. So I think that was interesting. I give that 7.5 out of 10. Then I watched Princess Switch 3, Romance in the Store. This one I thought was really interesting. So there was a store, and then it got stolen, and it was like really important. Like if they lost a store, basically she would be like ruined. So then of course they have Fiona, because like she's like really good at that stuff, and basically that's steal it back. Which I love this one because it doesn't really focus on the princess and the baker, it focuses on Fiona and her story. So I've really liked how it kind of finished up her story and everything about it. So I enjoyed that, and that was a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Scream. I think it's on Pluto TV. Really interesting, 9 out of 10. Then I watched Christmas Break-In. This one is kind of like Home Alone, but at school. So basically this girl was at school. It was like the last day before like Christmas at the school or whatever. And her parents were supposed to pick her up, but then they forgot her. And like there's a big snowstorm, so like she's kind of trapped at the school. And the janitor goes back to help her, but then these people kind of like going to like do like not do stuff, but like they needed refuge places to stay. Like, oh, it's a high school. Which high schools are never unlocked. But I thought it was pretty interesting the way they did that. And that was a 6.5 out of 10. And then I watched Scream 2. This one I think was pretty interesting. I don't really talk about Scream because I feel like everybody knows what Scream is. But I am trying again and watching Scream because the new one is supposed to come out this year and I want to watch it. And then I watched Better Watch Out. This one is from the anthology series, what's it called? Into the Dark, I'm pretty sure. Basically, it's about this man, and he wants a promotion for this job that he's working at. So him and this other person and their wives will go to the house, and they have to, like, do some weird stuff or whatever to kind of, like, fight for the promotion. I don't know. I expected it to be more scary. The ending kind of made me mad. One of the kids, like... Well, it said the R word. You guys know how I feel about it. But, like, it actually said the R word as in... Because talking about how... They were calling the one guy the R word, but he has a son that has Down syndrome, and the one girl was like, you and that can go build the office, basically talking about the kid with Down syndrome. He doesn't remember that has Down syndrome, so especially when they did that, it really made me upset. But it was just a little over the place. I think it was a horror comedy. Mixing my hair. So, yeah, but it's on Hulu, and I gave it a 8 out of 10. And then I watched 13 Ghosts, that is on Netflix. Like, everybody knows what 13 Ghosts is about. I only watched 13 Ghosts because I thought the whole ghost and everything were, like, cool. It's about this family that moved to this house, and there's ghosts trying to haunt them. So I gave that a 9 out of 10. Then I watched California Christmas, City of Lights. It is the second one of California Christmas on Netflix. Basically what happens is, instead of living on the farm, they go back to San Diego, I'm pretty sure. And she isn't used to it. The girl, which I forgot her name because you know how good I am with names. So I think it's interesting, like how like the first movie he had to go to the farm, he wasn't used to being on the farm, and this movie she would basically be like rich and stuff, and she wasn't used to being like rich and everything. So I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched the Forever Purge because I got that for Christmas. Really interesting. I'll do a whole review on it. Basically, I think it's the 5th movie in the Purge franchise, and basically what happens is basically like after the Purge is supposed to happen, but like it's the Forever Purge, like this is the real Purge. So I think it was pretty interesting how like, so always were like, would the murders actually stop after the 12-hour mark? And this is when it actually stops because it's in daylight. And then thing 1 and thing 2, the rabbit's really scary. I think it's unique. It's really... I'll talk more about it in a review I'll be doing soon. But I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And I watched Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas. That is on Disney Plus. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting it to be like so much better than what it was. So that is a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched Holiday Rush. That is on Netflix. I really enjoyed this one. And I didn't think I'd like it. It's about, I don't know what he does, but like, you know, like a saying, like in like this office and you speak, then you go and like you change like the music. I don't know what it's gonna call it, but he's like a widow dad, and basically his kids. I think he has 2 twins, a daughter, and then a son. Basically, they're rich, spoiled brats, and then he loses his job, so they have to go from being rich and high class to not, which really gets annoying how they get all mad at the dad for not being rich. Like, it's not his fault he lost his job. So, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Then I finally watched Escape Room Tournament of Champions. There are 2 versions. The original version, which I'm pretty sure that everyone's watched if you watch it, and then the extended version, which I didn't even know the extended version until I got the movie. And you can find some parts of it on YouTube, but I'll do a whole review on that. But I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Spiderman No Way Home. Honestly, this is like the first Spider movie I've watched, because I've watched like the 3 with Tobey Maguire, and then I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I haven't watched like Amazing Spider-Man 1 or like the other ones with Tom Holland, which I think was pretty interesting. I didn't really it wasn't like I needed to understand so much to watch more. I am trying to get myself into watching more Marvel movies. I think it was really interesting. I'm gonna do a whole review on that too. But I loved it. The ending I wasn't a big fan of. Honestly, I wanted to watch No Way Home because it had people from the previous films, like the bad guys. It had like Doc Ock, and then it had the Goblin, and then it had the electricity guy, and it had the sand guy. So I thought that was really interesting, and yeah, but I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Doctor Strange, which the guy who plays him is so hot. Guys, I know they're making a second one, just like to know. But Doctor Strange, I really liked it. I feel like everyone knows what these are, so that's why I'm not going into a whole summary of them. If you guys want me to start doing summaries of movies, then let me know, because I'm just trying to be fast, so this isn't like a 40-minute video. But Doctor Strange is about a man, and I'm pretty sure a surgeon, you know, you need your hands, and he was like a really high-class surgeon. He was rich and everything. And what happened is he got a car accident, so like his hands were all ruined. So then he wanted to fix them, so he goes to this one place to get them fixed, and he kind of turns into Doctor Strange, whatever. That's why he's Doctor Strange. So I thought it was really interesting. I loved it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It's on Disney Plus. And the best thing I like about Marvel is you don't have to watch all the Marvel movies to understand them. Like, I think like with the Avengers you might have to. But like with the ones I've watched, like I watched Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, because they're not like all like connected, so it's not like you have to like watch them in chronological order, but not. And then I watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This one is, well, it was on Hulu, but they took it off, that's why I watched it. It's off of the books. It does have essays, so like be careful. It's about a guy, I guess. And I guess he was a writer, and basically he wrote something that was like controversial, so he like lost his job or everything, but you know how happens when like people don't like what you write. So then he goes and his detective work for like 40 years ago. A girl went missing, so he does that. And then him and this girl Dragon Tattoo kind of team up near like I think like the hour in. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting. I give that 8.5 out of 10. It was slow, but I had I'm gonna say his name so long, so I'm not even gonna bother it because I for Daniel Craig, and I am in love with him. And then I watched Casino Royale, basically a James Bond movie, the first one with Daniel Craig, and yeah. And then I give that 8.5 out of 10. Then we watched Ron's Gone Wrong. It is on Disney Plus. Basically, it's like this robot thing, and I guess something happened to it, so it's like glitched. So I guess the kid like goes to return it, but then like he realizes he loves it and doesn't want it to like get broken. So I don't know. I think it was really interesting. It did get sad at some points, but it was like, you know, like I won't be surprised in this day and age that they made a little robot friend like that. So I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Longest Ride with Sophia, and she's a college student, and then she goes to this bull rally. I know it's not called that, but like she meets Luke, and then basically fall in love. But then it's also like a second story with Ira, and I forgot her name, which I think I love the two stories. It's incredible, amazing, makes my idea of love unrealistically too high. But I give that 10 out of 10. Then I watched God's Not Dead, 10 out of 10. And then I watched God's Not Dead 2. I give that a 9 out of 10. So I didn't know if I should put God's Not Dead 2 on this because New Year's Eve I just watched God's Not Dead 1 and God's Not Dead 2. And by the time God's Not Dead 2 finished, it was like 12 something, so it was like 2022 in January. So I was like, should I put it or not? I was like, you know what, I started it in December. Just because I finished it in January doesn't mean whatever. But I hope you enjoy this. If you guys think that I should do more like summaries of these movies and just going, oh, I watched this, because I feel like you guys would know what it is. I don't know, but if you guys think I should just do a little bit more of it, like not like a whole summary, but like more of a summary, then just let me know. But that's all I've watched. So yeah, enjoy this video, and I will see you on next Thursday. So like the amazing YouTuber I am, I like completely messed up. So I said better watch out, but then I completely started talking about a nasty piece of work, which I have no idea even how that happened. I was like right under it, so I probably just, I don't know. But I'm gonna get on to talking about Better Watch Out. So Better Watch Out is on Tubi, and if you do not Tubi, I think it's other places too, or you can just get Shudder, which it is like $5.99 a month or $56.99 a year. But yeah, so basically we have this babysitter, and it's Christmas, so it's like a Christmas movie you basically watch. And this baby, I think this 12-year-old, and it's like a home invasion movie, but like it turns into something more sinister. I can't really talk about more because I don't want to spoil it or give away like the twists or anything, but I think it was nice. I was really afraid that the girl would get sexually assaulted, but she didn't. And then some parts were funny, and the parts you kind of want to slap it. And I loved how they did the Home Alone thing with the paint, like I threw like the paint thing and actually like killed someone, like it snapped right in the face instead of in Home Alone how they did it. But yeah, so I give that 8.5 out of 10, and I hope you can forgive me for completely messing up that. But yeah, see you guys next Thursday.